Last time on Chef School.
So our first choice is a margarita bubble. So we would need to have calcium chloride and sodium azonite.
We wanted to go for a bread stick, but a harder, more not as soft. Kind of like Flamin' Smith. We literally had the exact same idea.
Then we have a passion fruit tart with chocolate and then a spiced rum creme anglaise. So right now I'm getting the crust ready. So it's like a shortbread crust.
So this is the passion fruit curd that's going to be going into our tart shell. I'm just scooping out the pulp, and then I'm going to blitz it in the blender and sous vide after so that it's not, just so we have the pulp. And then the seeds and the other stuff is kind of taken out of it. So I've never actually worked with passion fruit either. It's the first time I've ever used it. So I'm going to set these inside just in case. So I'm just going to pulse it on low, not too much, just so it doesn't break up the seeds. So I'm just putting it through here just to collect the seeds and the pulp. We just want the juice for the custard. We're gonna keep some of them just to give it that look. And it looks better, I find, and some mouthfeel to it. And I should get about a half cup of passion fruit juice.
Yeah, I have some chef stuff on my hands. I really like owls. My youngest daughter, when she was the day she was born, she looked up at me and just did this face that looked like a baby owl. And I've really liked owls ever since. I have a whole bunch more planned. Trying to figure out where to put them all now, where people can still see them too. So I've used up most of my visible space. Towel.
Yeah, look at it. The only thing is you're gonna have to separate the seeds from the guck to make it look nice, right? Pulp. That's what I'm thinking.
That was all of them?
Yeah, that's 8. I'm only supposed to get a half cup of juice afterwards, which is, it's pretty much a half cup. So,
The butter goes all soft from molding them in there, so they gotta harden up again. So now they'll go in the fridge to chill for 10 minutes.
not even gonna lie, I'm kind of worried about this custard. So I just took it off the stove too, because if I keep it on there, the egg will just cook and cook, and then I'll end up with scrambled eggs. So it is slowly getting a little thicker.
Coming in. Hot, oven door open.
So you can kind of see how it has picked up some egg. There, so I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so you're starting sorbet?
Yep. Alrighty. We have a boil. I have to incorporate the sugar and then the chocolate chips and mix until that's melted. And then add in the cocoa powder. And then I have a bowl with ice water. And then you set that mixture in the bowl to cool down. And then I take it to the ice cream machine.
Yeah, put it in, because like this the more longer you take. Just usually I have it spitting first, because then it
Oh,
sticks
so you
to the
just turn
side
that on before you put
Yeah.
that thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Go a little less. I just don't want it to drip and be like super messy. There we go.
Having the pain of that testing and knowing 5 different ways that I can potentially mess up this recipe is why we're doing the testing, so that by the time that we get to the final day, they don't have to think anymore, they just have to cook.
I pretty much have annual laryngitis. I don't know why, but being able to speak sort of escapes me for a number of days or weeks in the year, and that happened to be the day.
All right,
Oh, I have to speak.
you have to talk today.
Good. Good morning.
Good morning.
So how'd it go?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, I think.
What can you tell me you want to do differently before we start?
The chocolate on top didn't stand up how I wanted it to. The ice cream I find is like just the chocolate that we used. Maybe like use a darker chocolate with more sugar or something, because
Okay.
it tastes like cocoa powder at the
Yep.
end.
And the tart
Um,
shells are a little thick.
Yeah, the passion fruit custard has to be thicker.
Yep, and I mean, you guys know this already.
It's not set. It's tasty though.
Even the shell too is increasing that sugar amount, right? So when we talked about that curd, we're gonna pull back some sugar and increase some yolks,
Yeah.
right?
I really like the flavor of the crust. So when it's thinner, it's going to be stunning. And the texture's lovely.
I get you.
Yeah, it's very
So-
at the end.
In your sorbet, what's the recipe look like?
So it was chocolate chips, sugar, water, cocoa powder, and vanilla. I know I need to reduce the sugar though, unless we switch up the chocolate.
The chocolate I don't find to be
No?
too sweet. I get what you're saying about the.
It's just the after I find it sits in your mouth and it just tastes like cocoa powder to me.
I get that. Do we need to have cocoa powder in it?
I don't think so since the chocolate
I'm
chips
just
are in it.
I'm just asking.
I don't see
right?
really why. Probably no.
Which chips did you use?
Just
The
the
only have-
Cougar Shirt, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
The other thing is, what about this chocolate? This guy. What's in it?
It's literally just chocolate chips melted down. That's all it is. And then just designed and then frozen. And I think that's why it's not holding up.
So you may need to put some cocoa butter in it to.
To make it firm.
Okay.
That's a good idea. But it's probably because it's so thin, right?
That's
And they're just
that's
getting
what I
they're
was
getting
thinking.
warm and going. Brr.
Because as soon as I touched it, it melted on my finger even.
Right.
So I just think that they're too thin.
You can even talk to Chef John for suggestions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he might suggest tempering it, right? Which would give you a
And
better
they need to be
shine.
a little smaller. They're a little big on
Yeah.
top right now. So.
And yeah, I don't like how they're sitting.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
what
we
you
wanted
what you
them
want
standing
is
and then they
them
drooped over.
Yeah, I want
Yep.
them standing up.
Yep. It's pretty good though.
Yeah, the flavors are good. Honestly.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great.
Nice
Thank
work,
you.
guys. It's really cool that you guys know what needs to be done, which is really cool. I think after all of the testing, there's been much realization, right? So, in hearing them say, you know, we needed more people, or they're recognizing that the timing isn't going to work for them. And saying that on the day of their final, they'll have a little bit more time, and things will go a little bit more smoothly.
Next time on Chef School.
Do we need to have cocoa powder in it? we're gonna pull back some sugar and increase some yolks, right? They're getting warm into a bowl.